Hi, Matt Command here. It's been a while since I've made a video on this channel. There's been a few things that have been happening in my life. I would love to give it into specifics, but I won't. But if you read between the lines and you listen carefully, you will probably be able to discern some of the details. And one of the reasons why I don't feel comfortable in, at least right now, coming out with a lot of the details has to do with the fact that it involves other people. There are things that I'm working through that I'm trying to sort through as I go. But what I will share is that this life change that I'm going through involves an elderly parent. And because it involves an elderly parent, I'm trying to figure things out as I go. Now, this all began in late 2023. When it spilled over into 2024, it began to disrupt my life, and I had to shift things around, my schedule and my priorities. Now, more recently, because I'm making this video in the middle of June of 2025, I am definitely well underway through these life changes that involves an elderly parent. This channel is probably going to take a radically different direction. A radically different direction than what I had ever intended. And I've thought about it for a while now. Part of the reason why I've decided to just veer off what I thought I was going to do on this channel has to do with the fact that I'm going to use this channel as a bit of self-therapy, and I'm going to be speaking about various topics. Now, starting out, what's going to happen is I'm probably going to be a little vague, it's going to be a little esoteric, but as I find my legs, I will probably share more information. All I can say is I have been greatly compelled to make this video. It has been months since I've made any videos on this channel. Some of you may know about my Tax Freeze Command channel. I have continued to make a few videos on that channel, but as far as this main channel, it has been a desert. I'm looking to correct that. As you can see behind me, this is a setup that I've sort of thrown together. I am very much out of my studio. I am away from my main home. This is a spare room that I'm using temporarily to make these videos. I haven't quite figured out what my normal setup will be, but for now, this is what I've put together to put some semblance of a studio together. Now, going forward, there's not going to be a lot of special effects. There's just not going to be a lot of editing. It's just going to be me speaking off the cuff without any script. Heck, I don't even have an outline prepared. I'm just talking off the cuff. Fundamentally, this main channel has always covered topics that revolved around business and finance issues. And one of the things that I can address is that, broadly speaking, because I'm going through these life changes that involves an elderly parent, I have taken on caregiving responsibilities as well as additional financial responsibilities. And that has had a tremendous impact in my own personal life and business life. And fortunately, because I have always lived somewhat frugally in that I like to keep my personal expenses low, I have a great deal more freedom than most people. I don't have the compulsion to always have to generate a lot of income to pay my expenses. And that's a whole different topic. But suffice it to say, it's quite fortunate that I have set up my business and my personal affairs in such a way that allows me a great deal of personal freedom and time flexibility to take care of various responsibilities. As I make this video, I'm very uncertain where this channel will go. It's going to be one video at a time, and I'm just going to be sharing off the cuff thoughts and some rambling ideas of what's going on in order to perhaps help you and as well as myself to be able to talk these situations out and figure things out as I go. I apologize for being vague and esoteric, but trust me, it's not because I'm not willing to share. It's because I have to think things through and it doesn't impact me only. So I have to figure out what needs to stay private and what I'm allowed to say in public. Because my time to make videos has been very limited this year, I've chosen to make more videos on my tax Freeze Command channel versus this one, because this channel is much more open-ended, it's not as time sensitive, and it's a channel which I consider to be much more flexible. One of the things I will point out that I'm a member of Gen X, an older member of Gen X. I'm 58 years old, which I've never stated publicly, and that will have a huge bearing on the content and the topics I will be discussing going forward. So just keep that in mind. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video.